Today, I'm putting Kyrie Irving's career in reverse. We'll start it off in 2012, where Kyrie Irving is with Dallas, and he won the Rookie of the Year and the Sixth Man of the Year. So, off to an absolutely great start, and Kyrie is going to be playing alongside Dirk Nowitzki. So, a really cool duo to see here in year number one. And the Mavs, they won 50 games. They're taking on the Sacramento Kings in round number one. The Kings are the 6th seed, while the Mavs, they're the 3 seed. The Kings have a young Kawhi. They've also got DeMarcus Cousins. They definitely have a really solid squad. But the Mavs, they're a veteran team, and they're going to get the job done to advance to round number two. Dirk with a big 34-point game, as Kyrie Irving has kind of struggled so far, but I guess his team's gotten the job done, so it all worked out. We're moving on to round number two, where we're taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. Not too tough of a team, but you got to watch out for their front court duo of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. Early on, though, we're up. We take a 3-1 lead here, and we end up beating them in a gentleman's sweep. We're moving on to the conference finals with our toughest matchup yet. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've got KD, they've got Russ, they've got Harden, and they're going to take game one and game two. Yeah, it's not looking good. We might go ahead and lose here. We get swept by the Thunder. Not too surprising, though. I mean, they just have a ridiculous squad. Not much you can do. Kyrie did kind of struggle, though, at least compared to what he was doing in the regular season. He kind of dropped off a bit in the NBA playoffs. But now it's time for Kyrie to move on to the Brooklyn Nets, where he's going to be playing alongside Brook Lopez, Devin Harris, Derek Favors, J.R. Smith. A solid, well-rounded team, but not a ton of star power on the squad. At the end of the season, Anthony Davis wins Rookie of the Year, and he's in Cleveland. Remember, Kyrie will be going to Cleveland down the line. Also, AD made All-NBA first team in his rookie year. That's ridiculous. But no All-NBA for Kyrie Irving. The Nets won 43 games. The East kind of sucked, so that was good enough for the 4 seed. The Heat only won 47 games with Bron, Wade, and Bosh. That's kind of crazy. But we'll see if Kyrie can make some noise. He's going to get out of round number one, and unfortunately, early on, we're going to have to take on the Chicago Bulls. This is one of the best teams in the simulation. We're going to take game one. The Bulls take game two and game three and game four. And it's over. We go ahead and lose to the Chicago Bulls. Derrick Rose with a monster game. Kyrie overall, though, a much better playoffs than last year. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the job done, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win the chip. In the offseason, we saw a ton of progression from Kyrie Irving. He's up to an 89 overall, and like I said, I feel like we have a solid supporting cast on this team. So maybe Kyrie could make some noise this year, make a bit of a deeper playoff run. Let's see if he made All-NBA, though. I mean, AD, he's going crazy early in his career, but still, no All-NBA teams for Kyrie Irving. 45 wins on the season. Unfortunately, we dropped in seeding. Last year, we won 43 games and we're the 4 seed. But this year, we won 45 games and are the 6 seed. So the East definitely ended up improving over this past season. And that's bad for us, because we end up getting swept by the 3-seeded Washington Wizards in round number one. And Kyrie Irving, he really struggled in this series. It was bad. So Kyrie, he's had quite a few tough playoffs, but it's early in his career. DeMarcus Cousins just won a chip in Sacramento. That's pretty cool. Anyways, this is what the squad's looking like going into Kyrie Irving's third and final season with the Brooklyn Nets. So far, Kyrie is ringless, but we're still very early on in the video, and Kyrie has put up some good regular season numbers. Still no All-NBA teams, though, and he hasn't been great in the playoffs. This year, we're not even going to make it to the playoffs. This is Kyrie's first year not making it, so unfortunate to see that, but that might mean it's just the right time for Kyrie Irving to leave the Brooklyn Nets. Sacramento wins another championship. Kyrie is moving on to the Boston Celtics now. He's going to be playing alongside Rajon Rondo and also this Bo Burke dude who looks pretty solid. But since he's playing with Rondo, we're going to have Kyrie go over to the 2. I think that just makes sense. Rondo is more of a pure point guard than Kyrie. Rondo's probably one of He's like the definition of a point guard. Anyway, at the end of the season, Kemba Walker averages over 30 in Portland and wins the MVP. That's kind of crazy to see. And the Kings continue their reign of terror. Can Kyrie at least make All-NBA? There it is, man. Kyrie Irving finally, in his 5th season, ends up making an All-NBA team. So maybe the change of scenery to Boston is exactly what he needed, because 51 wins, that's really good. He's playing alongside another star player in Rajon Rondo, and we're taking on the Milwaukee Bucks in round number 1, led by Brandon Jennings. We're heavily favored here as they're the 7th seed, but apparently that doesn't matter because we're going to go ahead and get swept. Wow. And Kyrie, it wasn't even a bad playoffs for him, but yeah, we just got dropped off by Brandon Jennings. We just lost to Brandon Jennings, man. Oh my goodness. Philadelphia goes on to win the NBA championship, and we're heading to Kyrie's final season in Boston, year number 2. Rondo's starting to regress, but the supporting cast overall is pretty solid. We got a young Andrew Wiggins. We got Greg Oden. The team's pretty good. Kawhi takes home an MVP. The Kawhi and Boogie duo in Sacramento has been absolutely crazy. And yeah, speaking of the Kings, another coach of the year for their coach there. But can Kyrie, yep, there he is again. He's on the All-NBA 3rd team. Kyrie has really upped his production since joining the Boston Celtics. Also saw Rondo on that All-Defensive 2nd team. We were almost the 1st seed this year, but we ended up making it a 2nd, and we go ahead and gentlemen sweep the Bulls. In round 2, we got the Bucks though, and they're giving us problems once again. Can we pull off this 3-1 comeback? No. The Milwaukee Bucks are like our kryptonite, man. Brandon Jennings just drops us off again, but Kyrie averaged over 35 for the playoffs, so you can't say it was his fault. Kyrie having a huge playoff run, but unfortunately it ends in an L, and the Bucks are gonna win the NBA championship. But now it's on to Cleveland, where Kyrie is with Anthony Davis. Oh man, this is where it's about to get crazy. Also, Rudy Gobert's on the squad. Shout out to Giannis, he took home an MVP. Lonzo takes home Rookie of the Year. He's in Charlotte in this NBA universe, or whatever you want to call it. But let's go ahead and see. Yep, Kyrie, All-NBA 3rd team. He's hooping in Cleveland. And Anthony Davis, of course, we saw him making All-NBA 1st teams in his rookie season, so of course he's making them right now. We're the number 2 seed. Again, the Raptors, they ended up winning one more game than us, just like last season when Kyrie was in Boston. This year, we go ahead and sweep the Orlando Magic in round number 1. In round 2, we're taking on the Detroit Pistons, and don't get me wrong, they have a solid squad, but our dynamic duo of Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, they should most definitely be able to get the job done. We're up 3-1 in the series, and boom, we're in the conference finals. We've only lost 1 game so far. It's going to be the Toronto Raptors here in the conference finals. They definitely have a good team. We're going to take game 1 and game 2 and game 3. Their team must not be good enough because we sweep them, and we're in the NBA finals taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. This team is decent. They got a young Tatum, so they definitely have a bright future, but our time is now, man. We're up 2-0 in the series. We're up 3-0. We lost 1 game that entire playoff run as Anthony Davis is named the finals MVP, and Kyrie Irving had a great run, averaging over 30 points per game en route to an NBA championship. Even Mo Williams is still on the squad and getting a ring. So now it's time to go into year number 2 here. We've got Kyrie and Anthony Davis still as our duo. I'm really excited to see what these guys can do. They were really good in year 1, winning the NBA championship. Steph Curry wins MVP with the Orlando Magic this season. So Steph getting buckets, hooping, you know, as he does. He's Steph Curry. Anthony Davis makes the All-NBA 1st team once again. And this time it's Jeremy Lin and Dennis Schroeder making the All-NBA 3rd team over Kyrie Irving. Again, the number 1 seed just won 1 more game than us on the season. It was a great year for Kyrie Irving. Great year for Frank Ntilikina. So let's go ahead and get into it. Round number 1, we have the New York Knicks, and they're the 7th seed. We're going to go ahead and take care of them in 6 games. Kyrie Irving's former team, the Boston Celtics, we're taking them on in round 2. They've really improved ever since Kyrie Irving left. They've put together a solid team, but they're not good enough. I mean, they were almost good enough. We took them to 7 games here, or they took us to 7 games is what I should say, because we're the team that's supposed to be winning, man, and we go ahead and do it in game 7, a convincing win there to advance to the conference finals, where we're taking on the Toronto Raptors. Game 1 goes to us, game 2 goes to them, game 3 goes to us, and the series is all tied up at 2 apiece. So we gotta hop into the Simcast for this one. And our team, they come to play in big games. Anthony Davis, 26 points. Kyrie, 23 points and 10 assists. And the Raptors, they just didn't show up. And we go ahead and advance to the NBA Finals. Back-to-back wins. We win Game 5, win Game 6, and boom, we're here in the finals against the Golden State Warriors with Russ, Kawhi, and Monte. Okay, I have to admit, their team is not too shabby. They got a solid duo there with Russ and Kawhi. But guess what? We're just better, man. We're going to go ahead and get it done in a sweep. Anthony Davis, a finals MVP. And Kyrie Irving, again, he was hooping in the NBA playoffs. That's ring number 2. Kyrie has won 2 rings in 2 seasons since coming to Cleveland. Let's see if he can complete the three-peat. Anthony Davis takes home the 2020 MVP. Ja Morant is on the Lakers now, so that's kind of interesting to see. And of course, Anthony Davis continues to make these All-NBA first teams. Yeah, he's going to make it though. He's the MVP. Marvin Jeffries is making the All-NBA team over Kyrie. Kyrie has not gotten a ton of All-NBA love, which doesn't really make sense to me considering the numbers he's been putting up in this video. Round number 1, we got the Orlando Magic, and Orlando is going to give us some trouble here. Let's just try to finish it in 6, and we're not going to. We're going to 7 with the Magic, who are the 8th seed. And in Game 7, we're going to get upset by Orlando. We were the defending champs, the back-to-back NBA champions, and we end up losing to Orlando, and they lost in round 2. The Pacers go on to win the championship, led by Devin Booker, who's the finals MVP. But we need to get revenge this season, man. That was a pathetic way to end off last season. We had won 2 chips, and we can't even make the conference finals or even the second round. We were losing to the 8th seed, man. That's crazy. But Kyrie's back on All-NBA, so hopefully we can be back in NBA championship contention. We're the number 2 seed this year, 54 wins on the season, so another really good regular season. But what it all comes down to, of course, is the NBA playoffs and that ultimate goal of getting a championship. Round number 1, we're going to sweep the Atlanta Hawks. Round 2, we got the Indiana Pacers, and they're going to gentlemen sweep us. The defending champs take us down. It's Devin Booker, Paul George, Marvin Bagley, Steven Adams. They got Chris Bosh. I mean, yeah, they have a good team, man. And ultimately, we end up going down to them. Kyrie Irving, again, has a good playoffs, but it isn't enough as we lost. And the Pacers go on to win the NBA championship. Back-to-back chips for them. All right, let's see if we can get revenge this year, man. Back-to-back disappointing seasons, and this season we need to win. Anthony Davis is setting the tone with an MVP. AD has just been ridiculous. He's incredible in these simulations. At least usually I feel like he takes over in a lot of these sims, man. If y'all haven't watched the Kobe video where I won 24 chips with Kobe, man, AD, he was nice in that video. Anyway, we won 44 games on the season. We're in the play-in tournament. We are going to at least get out of the play-in, but now we have to take on the back-to-back champs, the Indiana Pacers. This is going to be a rough series, man. They got Sabonis on the squad, just like how they used to have him on their squad in real life. But we're going to give them some comp, man. We're going to a Game 7. Come on. Can we pull the upset? Kyrie, you got this, man. We need you to lock in for this big game. We need Kyrie and AD to go absolutely crazy. And in Game 7, we've got a close one. We're up by 5 here. We really just got to seal the deal. Kyrie's going to pass it to AD. AD's going to miss the close shot, leaving the door open for the Indiana Pacers. Paul George looked like he had a lane there. He's going to take the jumper. He's going to miss. We got bailed out there. And now the Pacers are going to put us on the free throw line, and both free throws are going to drop here. So up by 7, as long as we get a stop, we should pretty much be good to go. I hope they don't hit a three, though. That'd be kind of bad. Paul George is going to pull it. He misses. We're good. We're out of here, man. We're pretty much good. We're about to get this win, and hopefully we can go ahead and make another run at the championship. AD's just going to put the icing on the cake with that little post hook. Yeah, man, we're out of here. A big win. Wow. We were actually able to pull off this upset. Shout out to AD, of course, doing his thing. Shout out to Kyrie. He had a good first round as well. And we advanced to round 2. We pull off the upset. And we're going to be taking on the Orlando Magic here in the second round. The Magic, they've got Mike Conley, John Isaac, Evan Mobley, Embiid, Josh Hart. That's a solid team. Good defensive team. Game 1's going to go to them. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 is going to go to us as well. And we're going to take a 3-1 lead. It looks like we're in the conference finals here, man. This is surprising, but here we are. And now we're taking on the Heat, who have Russ, Luka, Ben Simmons. Oh, okay, I guess, man. They got a super team. Game 1's going to go to them. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Anything is possible. We're about to go to the finals. We're taking on Zion Williamson and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's Anthony Davis winning the finals MVP. We're here, man. We're in the NBA Finals. I don't know how this happened. We were the 8th seed. They got Zion, Boogie, Nick Batum, and then the backcourt. Oh, man. They've got Campaign and Book Night. Game 1's going to go to the Thunder. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to OKC. Series is all tied up at 2 apiece. And in game number 5, we're going to pull out the win in the 4th quarter. A 6-point dub. AD and Kyrie combined for 50 points. Zion Williamson had a big game himself, but it wasn't enough. And in game 6 here, we've got a close one. The Oklahoma City Thunder are up by 4 points, so we need to play well here in clutch time. Kyrie Irving has the ball. Kyrie looking to make something happen. He's going to pull the mid-range jumper. He ends up missing it. And now the Oklahoma City Thunder are coming right back. Are they going to be able to get a bucket? They're going to DeMarcus Cousins. He's muscling his way to the bucket, and he's going to get to the free throw line where he knocks down 2 big shots. They are up by 6 now, so we really need to score. Kyrie, in real life, of course, has had a ton of clutch moments, and we'll see if he can have another one in the game. He's going to miss again. All right, this isn't looking good. Less than a minute 30 to go, and we are down 6. The lob! Oh my goodness, and Zion's going to catch it and lay it in, and now we're down by 8. Yeah, this one is pretty much over. We're going to get out of there. Now we have a game 7, man. I didn't expect us to be in this situation, but here we are. We're in a game 7 situation. We need this. We can get a 3rd championship of the video if we win. And we do exactly that. Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. Kyrie kind of had a rough game, but AD picked up the slack. And the Cavs are going to win another NBA championship. That is Kyrie's 3rd. AD and Kyrie have just been a dominant duo ever since Kyrie came to Cleveland. They've just been great. They made a ton of noise. Joe Harris is on the squad. He's still on a 2-way contract at age 30. That's crazy. Anyway, Nikola Jokic is named the MVP of the league in 2023. Anthony Davis is the DPOY. Let's see if we can look to repeat. AD makes the All-NBA first team, and Kyrie doesn't make any All-NBA squads. And unfortunately, we didn't even make the playoffs. We came off of an 8-seed championship run, didn't even make the playoffs. So the video is going to come to a bit of an unfortunate end. But I would say it was pretty successful. I mean, Kyrie, he won 3 championships. He stacked up quite a few accolades. I would have liked him to see him make more All-NBA teams, though. But that's pretty much it for the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.